Welcome guys to this exciting tutorial. Today we are going to learn how to bring our tattoos to life and create this nice transition. I've got this tattoo like 2 weeks ago in Da Nang here in Vietnam because it's Chinese New Year, it's the year of the dragon, it's the dragon city, and I was thinking a lot about getting a dragon tattoo in the past. So this was the perfect time and place to get this from this nice artist. I love it. So I wanted to share it on Instagram, and I was thinking of ideas, and I think it's pretty cool to reveal it with the hand. So I still got the tracker here. We just did the shot where I used the two trackers. Here you can see the BTS. And pretty much just moved my arm, got my other hand on top, and did this revealing motion. Yeah, so let's get right into it. So I created the Fire Tattoo Transition Effect folder where I can place my After Effects files, my PSDs, import clips 22. Awesome. We're gonna create a new composition by dragging it here onto the new composition icon. We name that main comp. So right away we can see it's 16 by 9 because we had to twist the camera. So yeah, this is looking sharp. The dragon's looking good. Yes, I think that's totally fine. So we go here into composition, composition settings, and copy the 3840, and yeah, just pretty much rotate the aspect ratio around. Just switching these numbers. You can already see the preview here. Yes, that's what we want. Boom. And now we just have to open up rotation by pressing R. Minus 90. Yes. So this is the clip. We do not need the audio. So I start pretty much here. So I'm just splitting the clip with Command Shift D, like you learned in the shortcuts. Here I'm coming in, tapping on and making the move. Yes, looking good. Yes. Boom. I'm splitting here again. So we have the trackers here, which are pretty important because we are going now to save the first frame. Yeah, we are going now to save the first frame to, make the tattoo disappear. We save the first frame by going up to composition, save frame as, we choose file, we use the PSD folder you should have created. We're gonna save it as version 1 and just click render. Boom, finished. And now we can open up the PSD just by double clicking it. And here we go. We can unlock it. And we're now gonna focus on the tattoo. So we are drawing with the lasso tool, precise as possible. Damn, it's so hard sometimes. Might get the pen. So go with the lasso tool down. We can actually do the marker as, no, we're gonna do the marker separately. So we're just gonna focus on the tattoo. Of course, it's gonna be different depending what tattoo do you have. You want to edit, boom, boom, made it. So the lasso tool, you can just click on here. If you don't see it, just click on hold and then choose the lasso tool. And now we can click on generative fill. We do not need a prompt because we just want to remove the tattoo. So if you don't put any prompt, it's just gonna remove it pretty much. Yes. I wanted to share with you here in the live session. I just created now. I haven't created an effect like that before. So yeah, you're learning directly from me. So I think this one looks pretty good since I didn't do any arm training in the last 3 months. Man, I was crashing the gym before, but now I have to get back on it. It's so important, guys. So yeah, that's looking pretty good. If you're not happy, you can just click on generate and it's gonna generate you another option. But this is fine to me. Going back into the COM, Command Y, choosing the PSD. This one open. Yes, we want to merge all layers. And now we can just drag it in. Boom. That's the magic, and the tattoo disappeared. And now we need to mask out the Photoshop, the still frame. We just go up here and choose the pen tool, or you can do it by clicking G as you land in the shortcuts. And now we're trying to do it as precise as possible. Go in around my arm, boom, boom. And here we can already go back because the trackers we're going to move later because this is not too important for us now. Removing the tracker is pretty easy. Let's mask out the arm, looking good. Now we go down, boom. That's the mask. We're gonna save our project for sure by clicking Command and S on the keyboard. I'm gonna name this Dragon Tattoo Effect. Boom. Sweet. And now if we drag forward in time, we see, oh no, of course, the still frame is just laying here. So we do need to track it. That's why we created our tracking points. We're gonna make sure we selected the clip here, our main clip. We create a new null object, call it tracker. Boom. Select our main clip, go for track motion. And yes, we want to track the position, you can choose it here, the rotation and the scale. And if you check all three of them, you're gonna see these two tracking points. And now we're gonna just drag them over to our tracking points. And here we're going to move it to the second one. That's why we put down the tracker. So we have like a really contrasty point to track the motion of our arm. It's really important. So make sure the sliders here at the beginning, position your tracking points. And the last thing we do is we edit our target as the tracker because we are going to copy the data we create with the tracker on the null object to use it later. For the options, we're going to the confidence level to 90. So it has to be really confident. The tracker has to be confident with the result, not messing things up. And if the tracker gets something wrong, we want the tracker to stop tracking and not do crazy stuff. So go with these settings, press OK, and here we can analyze forward and backwards. Tracker, doing the moves, nice. Here we are already seeing the full tattoo, so we don't need to track anymore. So yeah, that was pretty clean. You can go in here and like check if the tracker gets everything right. Yes, I'm happy with that. Clicking apply X and Y dimensions, boom, and we have the keyframes here as you see. And now the magic happens when you use the lasso here, the parent link lasso of the Photoshop layer we created, and we parent it to the tracker. Now we're basically telling the layer to do the same movements as we have keyframes on our null object we just created with the tracker. And this is looking good. We might have to adjust it a little bit. So here we already out because we see the full tattoo. At the beginning it's looking pretty good. Let's increase the feather a little bit of the mask. So we click M for the mask. Feather we can set to, I don't know, 20. Looks pretty good, I think. Yes. And we can correct the position and create P position. And now I think here everything is totally fine at the beginning, looking really good. When we go a little bit forward in time here, we kind of shift a little bit to the right. So we correct this. Boom. Going forward in time. Correct this a little bit. Boom. Here, let's check. Yes. Here it looks a little bit choppy. Here. Need to correct them here. So here we already done. Boom. Here we don't need the layer anymore because we already revealed the full tattoo. So make sure this is really clean. Yes. Yes. Nice. Okay. This is cool. This is looking pretty good. And yeah, we kind of removed the tattoo. Like there's no tattoo before. Yes. Nice. We might need to increase the feather even a little bit because up here it looks a little weird sometimes. So let's increase the feather to another 10 up. So we can say 30, 30, 30 looking good. Yes, I think 30 looking good. Next step is we need to isolate that hand. We want to reveal the tattoo. By rotoscoping, we're gonna mask because it's way easier. You can also do hand masking, but it takes a lot more time. So we're gonna duplicate the main layer, gonna drag it all the way up to the top. We're gonna name it hand mask. Believe me, naming your clips gonna save you a lot of headaches. So we actually just need to mask till here, I think. It's fine. We already have revealed everything. And the hand comes in like the first finger. Boom. Comes in here. So I could have filmed with a higher shutter because, you know, the shutter angle is responsible for the motion blur. Since we do in VFX and want to rotoscope the hand, it can help to shoot the original clip with a higher shutter angle, like not 180 degrees. So for example, I've shot in 25 frames. I could have shot with a shutter angle of a shutter set to 200. So my hand is not going to be blurry, which makes it a lot easier to rotoscope. But in this case, I didn't do it. I think we are fine with that, but keep that in mind, guys. If you want to shoot, if you shoot something, you know you want to rotoscope after and you have a lot of motion going on, use a higher shutter and it's easier to rotoscope. And because you've like separated like rotoscope, like the hand, for example, you can add the motion blur later on. So we're going to, first of all, I want to delete the trackers here because we don't need that on the hand mask. I am going to double click and it's going to open the rotoscope layer. So don't get confused here. Here's the main column. That's the makeup window. And here's the layer mask. We see here the roto brush and refine edges effect is applied. So we can use the brush here to select the area of the hand. Boom, boom, boom. So rotoscope 3.0 here, pretty good if you have the latest After Effects version. Yeah, pretty stunned by the result. So we selected the hand and now you can use the brush size by pressing Command and going up and down with your mouse. Boom. And so you can have the right size of brush. So let's press the magic button and it's going to track. Nice. This is looking pretty good actually. And like magic, we're going to isolate the hand. Here I have a pretty big tattoo. I think if you have a small one, it's super nice. Like just wipe over it, so it kind of magically appears. Boom, nice. So we're gonna do the first couple frames as well. Boom. Now we can check the rotoscope. Looking pretty good. Yes, nothing I want to correct. So and to apply actually the selection we have made, we have to click on freeze. For checking the result, you can also use here the different views. Here's like the toggle alpha overlay. You can actually see how the rotoscope did perform. So, and if you're happy, just click freeze. And now it's gonna render every frame, like not render, but freeze every frame. All right, nice. The rotoscope is finished. This might take some while and we are ready to go ahead with the edits. go back here in your main composition comp and you already see your rotoscope. Yes, you can drop down the resolution to like, I don't know, a third if you have any lags or something. This is looking good, but we can make it look even better because the edges here, they're like pretty hard. Even if you go into full, you can add the refine hard matte effect. You see the edges get soft then. Maybe drop it to 15. Alright, so going for the feather 30 and shifting the edges a little bit by minus 10%. This is looking pretty good. Happy with that. It looks a little bit fake. That's because we cast shadows. If we just turn on the original, here we see we cast shadows here. Shadow comes closer, boom. That's exactly what we want to replicate, and here as well. So we're doing that by duplicating the layer and call it hand shadow. Boom. So that's the layer here. A little bit forward in time. We're gonna position it below our main layer. Change the position a little bit down because you cast shadow from above. Wait, second hand. And here we're gonna fill that layer with black. So apply the effect fill. Now it's red. I want to have a black. Boom. And we have hard edges now, right? And we want blurred edges. So we add the fast box blur and increase the radius. Crazy. Go down in scale and also change the opacity to, I don't know, something looks natural. We have pretty hard lights, so I think 68% could work. So yeah, dropping the resolution like so we can play back. Boom. This is looking realistic, right? Nice. Nice. Makes a huge difference if you see the shadows, right? So boom. I'm not 100% happy with the rotoscope. It's still showing some black on the top. So we might need to increase minus 20, minus 30. Minus 30 is good. All right, now it's looking pretty realistic, I think. So here we're going above and going down with the hand. Man, it's gonna look pretty cool. But I think we have to increase the shadow opacity here because my hand comes closer. Like boom, here's a fine. So opacity 68 is totally fine, but going down here, let's increase it to about 85 to make it like darker. Yes, yes, yes. Woo! Yeah, rendering sometimes just takes forever, which is a good time to drink because, oh man, I forget to drink all the time. But water is so important. Oh, you gotta stay hydrated. Perfect. That's looking beautiful. Okay, now we have to reveal the tattoo. So we have to actually mask that layer again. So we can just create a second mask or we use a shape to reveal it. I think in my case, I'm just gonna create a solid. We're gonna make it tattoo reveal mask. Boom. Oh, muzzle, it's not right. Mask. Boom. We're gonna put it right next to our clean layer and we choose for the matte, we're gonna use the tattoo reveal mask. We're gonna animate it later. So now if we change the position, you see here, we change the position of our solid, we can reveal and use this as a mask for our tattoo, which is pretty dope. And here we still don't see anything of the tattoo. So we're going to create a position keyframe by pressing P, bring up position, clicking the stopwatch. Now we're going down. So we want to see a little bit of the tattoo. We're going even further down. We want to see more of the tattoo. Here we want to see the full tattoo. Till here. Yes. So here we can definitely gonna feather the harshness, because here we can see it's pretty hard because we have a hot solid. So we are going to create a mask. Boom. And then we're gonna feather these edges. Boom. That's like that. Definitely better. So boom. Here we're still up. We're not revealing anything here. So bring it back up here. And then here, still up here, here. We can actually delete this last keyframe. I was a little bit too quick on that one. So, and here we slowly gonna reveal everything. So like that. Well, here, are we still here? So we're trying to make it as precise as possible. That. Okay. Yes, this is looking good. This is looking pretty seamless. We can even increase the feather as well in the mask here until about 60. So it's going to be really seamless. Oh, here we are a little bit too quick. Go down here. Okay, this keyframe is really important. Yes. So you just gotta go step by step by step, seeing what works for your tattoo. But pretty much I'm just refining the mask here. So it's looking clean. And yes, this is a nice result, I think. We can use a little bit more of, because this skin tone looks like perfect. And maybe we can change that in Photoshop to prompt not perfect skin. Because I don't have perfect skin, guys. Hopefully the AI is gonna understand what I'm looking for. And you should be able to like just change the prompt here. I think that first one looks okay. So when we save it here, it's automatically changed it here, which is, yeah, pretty cool. It's saving time. Yes, I think this looks way better. Yep. Nice. That's cool. That's pretty cool, right?